Picture this. A quiet night in New York City, where billionaires sip cocktails and regular folks just try to survive the cover charge until 50 Cent walks in holding a shopping basket full of cash like it's his version of a grocery list. And instead of buying champagne, this man decides to rain $60,000 across the bar like he's auditioning to be Mother Nature's financial advisor. Yeah, forget making it rain 50 made it hurricane. The crowd, absolute madness. Bartenders diving over counters, influencers on all fours like it's a luxury Easter egg hunt, and somebody trying to Venmo herself from the floor. Social media caught every angle. It looked like the Hunger Games with bottle service, and when we say chaos, we mean biblical. It's giving Noah's Ark of broke people. People were snatching bills like Wi-Fi passwords in a storm. And 50? He stood there laughing, probably thinking, this is cheaper than therapy. Now the internet's exploding with theories. Was it flexing? Marketing? A breakdown? Or did 50 Cent just wake up and decide to remind us he's still richer than our combined student loans? Either way, one thing's clear when 50 Cent throws money. He throws history. It all began on a random Friday night that started like any other neon lights, overpriced drinks, and people pretending to be richer than their credit scores. The vibe was chill until a black SUV pulled up outside an upscale Manhattan bar, and out stepped Curtis 50 Cent Jackson himself, dressed like he just robbed a bank and decided to spend the evidence. No entourage, no security detail parade, just 50, a grin, and a shopping basket. And not the kind from Target either. We're talking a stainless steel basket stuffed with cash thick enough to pay off half the Bronx. Nobody knew what was coming. The DJ froze. The bartender's jaw hit the counter. 1 second, it was a quiet night out. And the next boom, money started flying through the air like confetti at the Grammys. People didn't even scream. They short-circuited. You could practically see the human Wi-Fi signal crash. Everyone's brain screamed the same thing. He's throwing money. According to eyewitnesses, 50 didn't say a word at first. He just started yeeting stacks of $100 bills across the room like Oprah on a caffeine rush. You get a rack. You get a rack. You nah. You look broke. Skip you. The man turned a classy cocktail bar into an episode of extreme couponing. Millionaire edition. One server said it was like a tornado of luxury. It was raining money and regret. She told a blogger later, I got hit in the face with $1,000, and I've never been so blessed and assaulted at the same time. Videos started hitting TikTok before the first stack hit the floor. You could hear people screaming, phones shaking, and one dude yelling, "This is why I never left G-Unit." By the time the DJ restarted the music, chaos had fully erupted. People were elbow deep in carpet fibers hunting loose bills. One guy reportedly tried to shove money into his shoes while another started preaching mid-floor, "The Lord works through 50." It was the kind of madness that makes the Kardashians look like meditation monks. And the man himself? 50 Cent was posted up at the bar sipping cognac, watching the crowd go feral like it was reality TV. Every time someone slipped or screamed, he grinned wider. This, he reportedly said, is cheaper than a therapist. It was pure, chaotic performance art. Fans weren't sure if he was flexing or healing. But one thing was certain, this wasn't about generosity. This was dominance. For context, 50 Cent isn't just a rapper, he's an empire wrapped in muscles and sarcasm. He's survived bankruptcy, beefs with half the music industry, and enough lawsuits to make a law firm rich. So when he pulls up to a bar and casually tosses 60 grand like spare change, it's not about the money, it's about the message. This was a statement. I'm still the king, and I can crash your night out with pocket change. The first reactions online were wild. One clip hit 1 million views in under an hour. The caption read, "When inflation hits but 50 Cent doesn't care." Another said, "He just gave out more money than my job pays in a year." The internet was split. Half called him iconic, the other half called him insane. One tweet said, "Bro went from vitamin water to vitamin flex." Another joked, "If I catch one of those bills, I'm retiring." But of course, there's always that one person who tries to ruin the fun. Within hours, a self-proclaimed financial advisor on TikTok uploaded a rant titled, "Why 50 Cent's Bar Money Stunt Proves He's Broke." The man had 800 followers and a ring light. But that didn't stop him from diagnosing 50's net worth like a doctor on payroll. Throwing $60,000 in cash is a cry for help, he claimed. The comments ratioed him into extinction within minutes. Meanwhile, the bar staff confirmed the rumor. It really was $60,000. Not props, not fake bills, real cash. The owner said he found a few grand tucked under a booth after everyone left and considered it hazard pay. The story spread faster than COVID in 2020. Everyone wanted to know what triggered it. Why $60,000? Why a basket? Insiders claimed it all started as a joke. Apparently, earlier that week, 50 had been roasted in a group chat for not being flashy anymore. Someone said, "You fell off. When's the last time you made it rain?" And instead of tweeting back, he decided to answer in person with a thunderstorm. One close friend allegedly told TMZ, when 50 flexes, he doesn't do symbolism, he does headlines. But here's where it gets spicy. Some reports say a rival artist was at that same bar earlier that evening, and 50's move was deliberate. A power play. An old-school G-Unit-style intimidation flex. Because nothing says "I'm still that guy" like paying everyone's rent mid-conversation, regardless of motive. The timing was perfect. Phones were out, cameras rolling, and within minutes the clips hit every platform. Instagram flooded with reels labeled "When 50 Cent Reminds You Who Built This City." TikTok edits turned his laugh into the new meme sound of the week. Someone even synced it to rain sound effects and uploaded it as 50 Cent's financial forecast. And then the reactions from the crowd started surfacing. People who caught money posting "Thank you, 50," like they'd just won the lottery. One girl claimed she paid her rent with the bills she scooped. Another dude bragged about buying dinner for his whole block. It was part Robin Hood, part reality TV chaos. Still, not everyone was impressed. Some folks called it tone deaf, saying flaunting money during a recession was disrespectful. One viral tweet said, "People can't afford eggs and this man's throwing college tuition at a bar," but 50 being 50, he didn't respond. He just posted an Instagram story with a photo of the basket and the caption, "Y'all mad? I call this trickle-down economics." That single post broke the internet again. It was sarcasm, swagger, and shade all rolled into one caption. And whether people loved him or hated him for it, one fact stood untouched. 50 Cent had once again turned controversy into currency, but this was just the beginning. What happened after that night took things from rich guy flexing to legendary status and left even his haters grudgingly admitting, "The man knows how to own chaos." By the next morning, the internet was still on fire. Every social media feed looked like a 50 Cent fan convention mixed with a Wall Street meltdown. Twitter was chaos. Instagram looked like a digital money pit. The headlines screamed, "50 Cent turns NYC bar into a cash tornado." Bloggers called it the greatest stunt since Kanye interrupted Taylor. TMZ dropped clips from 6 different angles. TikTok turned the moment into a meme. People who'd been there were telling stories like they'd survived a natural disaster. "I caught $800 and a new perspective on life," one guy bragged. Another said, "I saw a lawyer fighting a bartender for a $50 bill. Even the bartender went viral when she posted, 'My shift pay was $200, but my tips hit a down payment.'" The comments were full of worship and judgment in equal measure. Then the celebrities chimed in. Snoop Dogg posted a photo of himself holding fake money with the caption, "When 50 makes it rain, I bring an umbrella." Cardi B tweeted, "If I was there, I would have been on the floor in heels id gaff. $60,000 is $60K. Diddy uploaded a mysterious video sipping crock, saying, "It's not about the money, it's about the energy." Translation: he was salty, he didn't think of it first, but not everyone was laughing. 50 Cent's longtime rival Ja Rule jumped on X with a subtle dig, "Throwing money at strangers won't buy you relevance." The internet tore him apart before lunch. "Sir, your career's been a charity case since 2004, one user replied. Within an hour, Hashtag Ya Rule Stay Jealous was trending. Even Wendy Williams' burner account commented, "Imagine hating and still being broke." The memes kept coming. One showed 50 holding the shopping basket with the caption, "When inflation hits but she's still rich." Another had Leonardo DiCaprio from The Wolf of Wall Street yelling, "I'm not leaving," over footage of the bar crowd. TikTok DJS remixed his laugh into a club anthem titled Money Forecast 2025. By noon, people were literally making duets pretending to catch imaginary bills. Financial influencers jumped into the conversation trying to stay relevant. One posted, "If 50 Cent invested that $60,000, he could have turned it into $240,000 by 2030. The top comment? "Bro, he already turned it into 10 million views overnight. That's ROI." And they were right. Within 24 hours, every clip, reel, and meme combined had surpassed 200 million views. 50 Cent didn't just spend money, he bought the algorithm. Then came the conspiracy theories. Some fans claimed it was a marketing stunt for a new liquor line. Others said it was promo for an upcoming show. A few swore it was revenge because apparently the bar had refused him service once years ago. Someone even found old footage of him walking past that same venue during a feud with a promoter. Suddenly, everyone was playing detective, trying to decode the deeper meaning behind the cash shower incident. Meanwhile, 50 Cent stayed silent. No interviews, no explanations, just a single tweet. "Y'all still talking?" That one sentence reset the entire internet. Screenshots exploded across fan pages. People started calling him the master of viral warfare. Every time the hype seemed to die, he'd post something cryptic like a video of him counting cash to elevator music. He was feeding the frenzy without lifting a finger. By midweek, news anchors were debating it on morning TV. One financial analyst called it reckless showboating. Another said it was a genius publicity move. A New York Times columnist wrote an opinion piece titled, "The Philosophy of 50 Cent's Cash Reign." Suddenly, a nightclub stunt had become a social experiment about wealth, fame, and the psychology of attention. At the same time, everyday people were turning the incident into legend. "He's the modern Gatsby," one fan tweeted. Except Gatsby didn't get views. A viral podcast episode described him as the only rapper who could bankrupt a bar and bless it at the same time. Brands started capitalizing to some bars advertised 50 cent nights with confetti instead of cash. A bank even used a meme of him for a credit card campaign, captioned, "Spend responsibly or don't." We're not 50 Cent. The outrage faction, though, refused to chill. Think Piece YouTubers came in hot with titles like "Celebrity Excess is Killing Society." They accused him of mocking the working class. But here's the twist: every video trashing him used his face, his footage, his name. They were accidentally promoting him. The hate farm turned into free PR. Then, right when people thought it couldn't get crazier, one anonymous bar employee leaked footage of 50 Cent arriving. In the clip, you could hear him telling the doorman, "I'm about to bless this place." He smirked. He knew exactly what he was doing. The clip hit Twitter and racked up millions of views in an hour. Suddenly, the random act of chaos looked more like a pre-planned masterstroke. Fans said, "This man's playing chess while the rest of y'all still counting pennies." The conversation shifted again from "why did he do it?" to "how did he make it go this viral?" People realized this wasn't recklessness. It was strategy. He'd thrown away $60,000 but earned global headlines worth millions in exposure. Marketing agencies started analyzing it in PowerPoint slides. "Disruption through excess," one report called it. Another labeled it "attention economics perfected." And through all this, 50 Cent kept smirking online, reposting memes of himself with captions like, "I told y'all I'm different." It was arrogance turned into art. He didn't need to drop a new album. He'd already dropped the internet. The night that began as pure chaos had turned into something bigger, a cultural moment. And the man behind it was exactly where he wanted to be, at the center of controversy, untouchable, trending, and laughing all the way to the bank. But the story didn't end there. What came next would blur the line between power move and punishment. turning 50's money storm into a full-blown media circus that nobody saw coming. By day 3, the scene had gone from rumor to religion. New Yorkers were still talking about it like they'd witnessed an eclipse made of cash. Bars across the city tried to copy it. Wannabe rappers showed up with fake bills and tiny baskets, hoping to go viral. But none of it hit the same. Because this wasn't just a stunt, it was 50 Cent performing wealth like art. News crews followed every angle. CNN called it a display of audacious confidence. Fox News called it economic terrorism. Entertainment Tonight just called it Friday. Analysts debated it on financial TV like it was the stock market. He spent $60,000, one pundit said. No, he invested $60,000, another corrected. Because by now, every blog, talk show, and gossip feed had turned 50's rainstorm into a cultural debate. Is he the last great showman, or just a billionaire bored out of his mind? But 50 wasn't debating. He was doubling down. The next week, he posted a video of himself shopping again, this time at a grocery store, casually dropping $100 bills into his basket next to bananas. The caption read, "I needed change for the bar." The man was trolling the world and loving every second of it. Fans lost their minds. One commented, "He's not throwing money anymore. He's throwing shade in cash form." Celebrities started referencing him in songs, skits, even interviews. Kevin Hart joked, "When 50 goes out, it's not bottle service, it's bailout service." Drake liked a meme that said, 50 turned the club into a stimulus check. Everyone wanted a piece of the chaos. He'd gone from rapper to meme god, from mogul to movement. Then came the plot twist: city officials got involved. Reports surfaced that the NYPD was looking into the incident because throwing large sums of cash could cause public disorder. The internet laughed. "You can't arrest generosity," one tweet said. Another joked, "Only in New York do they investigate someone for blessing people." But imagine the headlines if he had been charged. Rapper arrested for being too rich. The irony would have paid for its own bail. Instead, 50 played it cool. He released a statement through his team saying, "People overreact. I was having fun. No one got hurt. Except maybe some egos." That line sealed it. The press turned from critics to cheerleaders overnight. Suddenly, he wasn't just a rapper with cash, he was a folk hero for financial chaos. Meanwhile, the bar itself became a tourist attraction. People visited just to say, "This is where 50 made it rain." The owner renamed one of the cocktails the 60,000 Splash, $50 a glass. Obviously, business tripled. Locals said 50 Cent had accidentally revived nightlife like an economic miracle. Every influencer wanted a selfie with the basket. It was capitalism's version of a holy relic. And yet, under all the madness, something deeper lingered. 50 Cent had done what only legends can do: remind people that fame, fortune, and fun are weapons when used with precision. The stunt wasn't about showing off. It was about owning the conversation. For a week, nobody talked politics. Nobody talked news, they talked 50. In a world obsessed with clout, he proved one rule: control attention, and you control everything. Even months later, the legend refused to fade. Music videos referenced it. Fans quoted it. "Do a 50" became slang for making a statement nobody can ignore. He'd turned impulsiveness into immortality. And every time a new scandal broke online, people said, "Yeah, but did it beat 50's cash shower?" The answer was always no, because 50 Cent didn't just spend money that night, he bought immortality in headlines. $100 bill at a time. Alright, truth tattle family. Let's be honest, you didn't just watch a story. You survived a cash quake. 50 Cent didn't flex, he launched a stimulus package straight out of his shopping basket. Somewhere in Manhattan, bartenders are still finding $100 bills in the ice machine. And you're still replaying that clip like it's the moon landing for millionaires. So before you pretend you wouldn't have been on the floor grabbing bills like a broke Olympic athlete. Smash that like button like it owes you rent money. Subscribe, because this channel is where celebrity chaos gets baptized in sarcasm and served with extra drama. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was 50 being reckless or revolutionary? Did he just waste 60 grand or buy himself another decade of dominance? And to everyone clutching pearls about financial responsibility, Relax. The man made more from the memes than most people make in mortgages. That wasn't spending, that was strategy with swagger. Here at Truth Tattle, we don't sip tea, we gulp boiling headlines until the scandal burns clean through the truth. Every week we expose the wild, the rich, and the ridiculous until your algorithm can't keep up. So stay tuned, stay loud, and keep that notification bell on. Because in this world of fame and foolishness, the next headline could be falling from the ceiling, and if 50 Cent's holding the basket, you already know it's about to rain.